Alright, so let's install the pipes that go in here. Put some fresh gloves on. So we're going to install some pipes. Get all the lines back on since we got fresh gaskets on everything. Got some assembly lube on everything. Everything's all lubed up. It's looking good. Everything sounds smooth. Listen to that. You can see it. Smooth. Everything's good. So we got our spec torqued. Everything's torqued up. And I'm just double checking as I'm talking to everybody right now. Just looking at my work, checking my work. We got things lubed up. Got the assembly lube on the things we want to get it on. Alright, so next thing we're going to do, let's start putting some of these pipes back on. Well, matter of fact, let's start with putting on the some of these other parts that need to go on before we even get to that point. Like our oil pipe here. Let's put some fresh oil on there. Let's clean it up, put some fresh oil on there. Get everything nice and clean. Take our oil, which should be, let's see, where did I put it? No, it's right in front of me. Always, it's always right in front of you. Put some fresh oil on that. Put some oil on here. Where metal's going to be meeting metal, we're going to put oil on everything. Let's put some oil right there on top of that. Wherever that's going to mate, I'm going to put some oil on it. See what the torque is on that. And we're going to need Loctite on that bolt. So let me move that. Put that there. I think we got a little oil in the thread, so we're going to get that oil out. Get all that oil out. Let that absorb into the rag. And we should be fine with red Loctite on there. Put that there. Well, like I said, everything that I put in the engine, I put red Loctite on there. And I could see by looking at the threads that I had red Loctite on there. Because like I told you before, if it had blue Loctite on there, the threads will be, will actually be grabbing our tool for that, the appropriate Allen. The threads will be blue. Torque this down to our initial torque. Hopefully that's in the right direction. Find out what the torque is, and that's 10. Set our torque wrench to 10. fact, let's fit this on here to make sure that that's in the right location. That's definitely going to be the right location. I don't even have to put that on to know, because it doesn't go inside of anything. So we're going to torque that down. Get that torque to the right. Next component we're going to put on will be our hose. The torque specifications for these bolts will be 10 as well. Bolts out of here, and I'm gonna look at the bolts, see which one is Loctite. These bags are spent. We won't be needing those bags. No parts are in the bags. And both of these have Loctite on it. So we're gonna tighten those down after we Loctite them. Being careful not to drop the screws into the engine, because then we'll have to go get them out. And that'll be a pain in the ass. More work. So we don't want to do that. I just dropped the screw. Look at me. Make sure we have that screw cleaned. We don't need debris or foreign particles in the engine. And we're going to hit that with some more Loctite. Just a little bit. We have one screw. We can tighten it into the threads. We got it in the threads. Grab this other screw. Let's put it on our tool so we got a type of way of holding it. Put some more Loctite on it. A little bit goes a long way. And we're going to put this here. In fact, we don't even need to do that. We'll just finger tighten it all the way down. Go. Perfect. So let's go on to the next thing. We're going to go to cleaning the oil strainer, which we should have right here. Screws here. Got all the dowels. Let's go in here. Make sure we get out any debris. See, I can see metal in here. And some other foreign debris. Get that out of there. don't even know what that stuff is, but it's not going to stay. It's looking good. Let's get some oil. The location that this is going to fit in. So put some oil here, some oil here, some oil here, and around here. And I don't even know if the book says do this, but it's something that I'm going to do, just to make sure that we don't have any surfaces that aren't lubricated upon reassembly. Let's see that we will have to Loctite these bolts. They are at 10 nanometers as well. It's calling for Loctite. That's all we gotta do is look at the screws, and we'll see that they all have red Loctite on them. Make sure we don't have any parts in here. Won't be needing that bag. Get our tool, double check. Okay. And tighten. A little bit goes a long way, because I see that the original screws don't have, you know, Loctite over the entire screw. They definitely have Loctite on. That's why we don't work directly over the engine. So we don't need to drop any screws down in there and undo all the good work that we have already done. Close that up. And we're getting very close to being able to close the bottom part of this engine up. And we will move on to the top of the engine, and I will be doing a video on that, because I will be doing a head gasket regardless if the shims need to be changed or not. But as we're doing that, because I mean, if you have the engine out already, you might as well go to full Monty and change the head gasket. Alright, good to go there. There. What we have here is another pipe that goes into the pump. Put some fresh oil on that. Put that into the pipe. Good to go there. Almost done with this semi-lube. lube for the bottom part. Put that there. Close that up. Alright, so we have all the components back on the oil pump, besides the chain. Now we're going to put the hose lines back in. And we're discarding a lot of bags right now. So we'll start with this one, which connects to the oil cooler. So what we have here, and I can see that there's Loctite on the screw. Come around this side. And we take this with our fresh gaskets on there. We're going to place it into the engine, like so. This is also the place where this hose is going to be connected, so we'll grab that, put that here. We're going to put some fresh oil on this gasket. Even though I put Simile lube on there, can't go wrong with greasing and lubing. And we'll have to find the specs on. Let's make sure we have this end cleaned up. And let's put some fresh oil on this too. I already greased it, but you can't go wrong with putting a little fresh oil on there. And we're just going to put that in and insert it. Put the line on. Felt really nice putting, and we snap it in. Felt real nice having those fresh lines on there, fresh gaskets on there, I mean. Let's get some brand new rags. Then we'll go back to the book and we'll find out what the torque specifications are. And this is on the outside of the engine. So I believe I can get away with using blue Loctite on here. A bit of blue. It's starting to look like an engine again. Find our threads. Let's do this. Definitely want to make sure that we have these threads lined up correctly. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nice and smooth. First we were a little crooked before we risked damaging the threads. We got back in there, backed it out right away, and we found out how the screw is supposed to go in. So right now we're going to find the torque on those lines. And I'm sure it's under. We'll go to the oil cooler, water pump. There we go. I'm going to tell you. 10. Like most of the bolts. Most of the bolts on this bike are at 10 or 12. When you start getting into the larger bolts, you start to see the numbers go up. But for the majority of the bolts, you're going to be working between 10 and 12 with the small bolts. Alright, so we have that in. Looking good. Let's put our water line back on. That up. There we go. You should be able to slide it on now. Let's make sure we got it seated. If we do, we're going to tighten that up. Screwdriver, flathead. Let's see. That might be on our workbench. Ah, here it is. Let's do it so that if we had to take this off, we'll be able to get to it from the side of the engine. So we'll go here. I don't even like using screwdrivers to do that. I'd rather use a wrench. An appropriate socket. Which is probably a number 8. So let's grab a number 8. Which of course I can't find right away. Because if it's not on the bench, it's probably back where it belongs. It's not on the bench. Let's think. Yep, we got a number 8 right here. That wasn't too bad. As a matter of fact, I got a number 8. Yep, got a number 8 right here on my tool. Yep, number 8. That should be good. See how far that's down. Clean that up. Alright, to keep things nice and clean, nice and pretty. Put it back on the bike. I don't know if I said this before, but I do not like working on dirty bikes. take this line, and we'll put this, make sure the line's on there good. And we'll take this clamp. So we got that clip on. It wasn't nothing, I just needed to put my concentration on it. And this needs to be tightened. That's a number 8, I'm sure. Number 8. Alright, that's good. Alright, so let's move on, let's take a look. And we'll put the next bolt pipe in. Alright. Got our bolts in there. Let's get some fresh oil. On this new gasket. Alright. Let's put this one in the appropriate hole. That went in real nice. And let's make sure we know what bolt with the washer, they both need Loctite, which bolt goes in. Because one of them apparently has a washer. And I believe I know which one it is, but we have to be sure. Okay, so I was right about that. Both have Loctite and they're both at 10. I would have been correct about the bolt. The bolt that's longer will go here. So let's go ahead and put those bolts on. And we'll start with the one on the outside. Put blue Loctite on there. Just thread that one. Let's get that one started. Nice and easy. Get the next one started. We'll use blue Loctite. And I know I said earlier that I could tell if they use blue or red Loctite. I'm gonna go back to what I said before earlier, my earlier videos. Inside the engine, I'm gonna use red, and outside I'll use blue. We're gonna torque these to 10 nanometers. Excuse me, Newton meters. I don't know why I keep saying nano. Put that down. Done with that bag. Our torque wrench is already set to 10. We're going to double check. 10. There we go. That's in there. Loctite. That's in there. Loctite. Everything's in there. All the components that go inside of this engine are in. They are all in. Wipe that down. Go have any contaminants in there. Got my dowels, my oil strainer. I'll put the chain on later from up top. Got my pipe work that comes here. Pipe that goes into the, this is my drain pipe. Got everything torqued down, everything's in, new gaskets. Everything looks good. Everything looks real good. So we're going to place the gasket on here. This was a new gasket, by the way. That's why I'm just going to reuse it. It's still in really good shape. So I'm just going to put it back on. Make sure it's on the dowels. And on this corner over here, I got a little bit of tear. Just a little bit. So we're going to put a little bit of gasket on here. A little bit of gasket to make up for that little bit of lost material. It should be fine. This little spot right here. That should work. I shouldn't have a problem with that at all. Just a little bit of tear. Alright, so let's clean all the old oil. And just give it a wipe down. Make sure we got now we're going to spray this one down. That is metal. All of that gray stuff I'm smearing is old metal. So let's get as much of that out as we can. And those, my friends, are what contaminates. That's why we do oil changes. We want to get all that contamination out. It's not hard. Most of that came right out. And I'll get the rest out as I'm drying it. Get that nice and clean. So this is where all the metal went from our old transmission. Small chunks were found inside the old one, but most of it was just pretty much disintegrated or kind of became a powder, it looks like. Whatever it becomes when it gets inside the oil. See that? It's metal. It's all like a powdered metal. It was just sitting in the corner over there. Matter of fact, let's put the nozzle on there. Put the straw. We'll get it good. It's just extra steps I like to take when I'm doing a build. And see, I see little shards of metal there. Caught up in the corners. Just get a new rack. Just caught up in the corners there. We're gonna get all of that. Every little bit. Stuff is no joke to me. You know, we gotta take care of our stuff. I'll clean that off when I finish. Get it on there. So it looks pretty good. Everything's clean, everything's dry. We're gonna place it on there. Making sure we align that drain pipe here. And we don't force anything on there. So we got that on there. On the drain plug location, it goes on very easy. Very easy. We don't force anything. Alright, everything looks good. A drain. Alright, we have all of our screws. And we'll go to our book. And we see one has Loctite on it, and I know exactly where that one goes. That one goes there. We'll just leave that right there. And the rest of them go around. Let's get our specs. For our oil pan. All right. I just saw it. There we go. Okay. This number 2. That's our oil plug. We're going to retorque that. And all the rest of them are number 12s. But I know we have to put Loctite on the center one. Making sure we have everything that we need. Old delivery pipe, everything. All right, so this was a better chart. So that will be 10. All these bolts. We have the Loctite that goes in that middle bolt. I'll use blue. First of them are 10. And we know that our wire, and all these bolts are the same size. So we're just going to start them. Get them inside of each hole real clean. We know this one is going to be fit over here. None to it. Nothing to be afraid of. But I'll tell you what, I've changed this oil pan before due to a strip oil plug, and it's so much nicer working on it with the engine outside of it, all out of the bike. You don't have to worry about oil getting everywhere, which it will. You don't have to worry about losing any pieces because everything is upside down. So it's nice. We use blue Loctite. Alright, so all of these are 12, and we're going to do it. We'll start in the middle. I'm going to crisscross. Whenever you're doing any of these type of patterns, when you put down an oil pan or any type of cover, you should always do your crisscross. Make sure that we get good coverage. Good even coverage for all the bolts. And there's so many bolts that you can definitely forget. Do a couple of them. So we're gonna go back, double check everything after we torque them down to 12 Newton meters. All right. There we go. Let's go here. There we go. Am I the only one that feels like torque wrenches are fun to use? I love torque wrenches. I believe I already did this one. Let's go here. I don't want to call them a safety net, but it definitely gives you confidence that you will not strip your bolts. Or your threads. I'm sure they take a lot of time to figure out the tolerance of all of this aluminum. That's already done. That's already done. Let's go here. They're all done. All right. Nothing wrong with triple checking. All right. Good to go. Good to go. All right, so we have, to be honest, completed this engine build. If we were going to start right here, that's it. I mean, to be honest, the next thing we're going to be doing, while we got the engine out the bike, there's no reason to stop here. We might as well keep on going. So we're going to check the valves. So I'll be doing video on checking the valves on this bike, on this engine, and keep the fun going. It gives me something to do. It's something for you guys to watch. I mean, I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are. This is definitely more information that I have ever. That's the main reason why I'm doing this video, because it's just not enough information out there on how to do this type of stuff. So hopefully everybody can definitely appreciate the effort that's being put in here. I mean, like I said, I love this. This is definitely one of the best hobbies I think anybody can have. And you save a ton of money. Work on your own bike. I think a friend of mine went to the dealership and asked them how much would work like this cost on a bike to do. They told him $3,100. I don't want to go into what I'm charging for this, but put it like this. It's a lot less. You wouldn't believe how much. So, if you got the time, you got the patience, a little bit of know-how, and some guts, you could definitely take this task on with no worries. You just saw how easy it was to accomplish this. I mean, to be honest with you, when you look at the Haynes manuals and you put the little wrenches there, I think out of 5, to be honest, I would honestly say that somebody that's had bikes and been wrenching on bikes and dirt bikes all their lives, like me, I really didn't find this difficult at all. Best time when are you ever gonna get to clean your motor like this? But for the novice, it's definitely 5 wrenches. If you don't have the tools, just forget about it. Don't even try it. Don't even attempt it, because if you don't have the tools, I even had to buy special tools, a few tools to have this job look relatively easy. I had to buy a couple tools, but it didn't cost much. You can go on Amazon and get the tools. It wasn't bad at all. So if you're gonna try it, I mean, for those capable mechanics, go for it. Go for it. Save yourself $3,000. Find you a nice transmission off of eBay. I'm sure you can get as lucky as I did. Save yourself a ton of money, but doing it yourself. All right, so next time you see this engine, it's gonna be flipped over. For our next video, we're gonna be we're going to the next phase. We're going to check the valves. All right, so hope y'all enjoyed this. It's Gypsy Man, and I'm saying peace out.